It is because I feel like there's somebody out here that needs to hear this. You can't save him. You cannot save him. I don't care how big your heart is, how much you love him, how much y'all done been through together, what type of feelings he gave you. You cannot save somebody from themselves when they don't want to be saved. And I'm saying this in response to a lot of y'all who were on my last live chat when I was talking about don't date broke men. Now, I was very clear and specific about who is broke and what makes a man broke. And, it's not just his money in his account, but it's his path, it's his mindset, except you cannot save him. For those of y'all that's like, well, what if this, what if he that? If that man ain't already in the space to receive what it is that you're trying to help him do, if he doesn't already believe that he needs to do better and can do better, if he doesn't believe in even what you're trying to achieve in your life, and for the both of you as a couple, you will not be able to save him. You're going to end up bending over backwards for this person. And eventually, they're just going to keep on asking you to bend even more until you break, because you're trying to save somebody who cannot be saved. A lot of y'all are dating down. A lot of y'all are settling. And when I say settling, it's not always because you got the lowest self-esteem or anything like that. You take one quality or characteristic of a person that you like, and then you get so infatuated with that, you ignore the rest of what they come with. And then you end up trying to save them from themselves as a way of not having to do the hard work of letting go of good when it's not good enough. We're going to get into it in just a second. First, let's do a quick mic check. If you can hear and you can see me okay, put your city and state down in the comments and let me know you can hear and see me okay. For the next 5 seconds, 10 seconds, we're going to do a mic check. Put your city and state down here in the comments, or give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, something. Let me know that you guys can hear and see me okay, and then we'll be able to move forward. I see them coming in. So like I said, I saw a lot of women. A lot of y'all had a problem with me on the last live check because I said do not date broke men. And I was very clear about that. I qualified it. I gave examples of what happens. But let me just ask y'all this. Put I down in the chat if you ever tried to date somebody and a part of you just believed so deeply in them and what they could be and what y'all could be together that you ended up trying to change them. And in the process, you ended up getting hurt. Put I down in the chat. Put I down in the chat. I want to know if I'm speaking to anybody tonight that knows what I'm talking about, because the Bible even talks about do not be with somebody who's an unbeliever. You can't be with somebody in which you're unequally yoked. Now, some of y'all don't care nothing about the Bible. That ain't none of my problem, nor my business. I believe in the Bible, and I also believe the Bible is really practical. It ain't just talking about Christianity or religion. It's basic. The concept is essentially this. You can't be with somebody who don't believe what you believe. You can be with somebody who's at a different level than you in what you believe, but you can't bring somebody to a different level by changing first their beliefs. Their beliefs gonna be their beliefs regardless. And their beliefs got to be on par. So if a person has different beliefs in terms of what it means to be a high achiever in life, if a person has different beliefs in terms of what defines loyalty, what's respect in a relationship, if a person has different beliefs in terms of getting married or being boyfriend and girlfriend forever, if a person has a completely different belief around something that's a core need for you, you cannot save that person, even if what they're doing is self-destructive, even if what they believe is self-destructive. If you know that the person's addiction or the person's drinking or the person's gambling habit or the person's porn habit, whatever it is that got them in bondage, if you know for a fact that's destructive for them, that's not good enough. You can't love them out of their own bad habits and their own self-sabotage of their greatest potential. What's going to happen is you're going to be the one to get the short end of the stick. You're going to be the one that gets deteriorated over time. You're going to be the one whose emotional needs are never met. Some of y'all in that situation right now because you're with somebody that you're unequally yoked to. Again, don't just strictly think in a religious capacity, even though that matters as well. But if you're with somebody you're unequally yoked to, it's not a matter of you being pompous or self-righteous or stuck up or whatever. It's literally a principle that's proven over and over and over again that the person who's on a higher level is going to be the one that gets brought down if the beliefs are different. Now, if this brother, let me give credit to the brothers out there. If this brother has a true, genuine belief, sincerely in his heart, that he needs to be better, he wants to be better, you absolutely as a woman can come into that situation and you can encourage him, you can support him, you can be there for him, you can be a person that he can lean on, so long as y'all got boundaries that protect you in the process. Oh yeah, because you were naturally designed to maximize everything good in a man's life, especially whenever you're properly loved. But if that man don't believe what you believe, you're going to end up in a relationship where, again, you're trying to fix somebody. And of course, the fixers are the first ones broken. And let's talk about this real quick. I didn't even plan on talking about, there are certain qualities a man must possess in order for you as a woman to come in and maximize everything he got going on. We make it so much about the woman because I feel like a lot of women these days will get with a guy and you'll have the network, you'll have the vision, you'll have the energy, you'll have the belief and the optimism. You may have already gotten some money up on your own and you believe like, okay, when I get into this relationship, this dude's life is just going to go to the moon. He has to have some level of receptiveness, some level of humility, some level of drive, some level of initiative that he's willing to take in order for a woman to come in and impact him in any type of positive way. You can't do nothing for a man. It's like trying to give a person meds and get them to be healthy and healed and whole, and they don't even want to open up their mouth to receive the medicine that's going to make them better. Some of y'all are the medicine a man needs, but he refused to take. And at this point, you're just wasting your medicine on somebody that's just committed to being sick. We don't talk enough about that. The man has to have enough character and integrity within himself to even receive you as a good woman in order to be maximized by you. And some of y'all are just qualifying yourself. You're beating yourself up. You're running yourself into the ground. Maybe it didn't work in the previous relationship, so you just blaming yourself. Put I down in the chat if you've ever been there. You felt like your love, your presence, your energy should have been contagious enough to bring him out of a certain mindset, to make him want more for himself, to make him want to have better self-esteem and self-image, whatever it is, ambition-wise, maybe in terms of religion, in terms of wanting to travel. If you've ever been there before, you know what I'm talking about. You cannot change that man's belief. At absolute best, you'll force him to do something for a little while before he regresses. Or you'll force him to do something whenever he's in your presence. Meanwhile, he's regressing behind your back. And instead of trying to fix people, I want y'all to understand, yes, there are a lot of guys who need work, who are not, in the position they need to be. But there are brothers out here who have done the work and are ready for something real. I know it gets advertised the absolute worst. You probably run into the absolute worst. Make no mistake, really solid brothers who have worked on themselves, who are not for the games, or if they've ever been for the games, they've gotten over that. They've overcome the part of them in their flesh when they was excited by something new. Now they want something consistent. Those brothers exist. The only missing piece in that equation from what I've seen for thousands and thousands of women is that y'all have never been taught how to be positioned for that man to find you. And essentially, when it comes to being in position, it's all about the strategies. It's all about the ways that you attract a man, that you endear a man into your life. It's not just affirmations and write it down every day or nothing like that. It's not about just how you look either, because there are a lot of beautiful women that never attract an evolved man. There are specific things evolved men look for in order to identify a woman who's also evolved that he can build with, and those men don't need to be fixed. Now, we talk more about that in my free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. If you have not gotten access to that, man, do yourself a favor. Click that link that's pinned in that comment right there at the bottom. Click that link, or it's pinned in the caption too. If you don't see it in the comment, click that link, get access to that free masterclass right now, and then come on back to the live or whatever. Make sure you get access to it because it's coming down soon. And it talks about how to be positioned for an evolved man, how to evaluate a truly evolved man so you can stop wasting your time and repeating the same old patterns over and over again. Thousands of women have already been helped by this masterclass. Look, do yourself a favor, get access. But back to what I was saying. You can't save him. If a brother ain't got his stuff together and he's not showing any type of progress or momentum in getting himself together, that brother is not in position to receive you as a good woman. And when somebody's not in position to receive you, what they're going to do? They're going to drop you. And whenever they drop you, what's going to happen? They're going to break you. They're going to hurt you. And now you're not going to be in position to be held and to be protected by the person whose hands are big enough to hold your heart. So many of y'all are in relationships, or you're trying to deal with these guys out of the goodness and the kindness of your heart, not because you're stupid or anything like that, but you end up in situations where you're willing to cross the ocean for a man who ain't even willing to jump over a puddle for you. And that's the biggest disgrace. That's the biggest disappointment. But those are just my thoughts. Share this stream right now if you got anything from it. And do not forget to get access to the free masterclass. Again, this is free, but registration is limited. So hurry up, click the link that's pinned down here in the comment now or in the caption. Get access to Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You, if you want an evolved man. I'll let y'all later. Y'all be good.